Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might surprise you. 21 foods you should never refrigerate. You see, folks, food is alive. Even after it's picked, plucked, or pulled, it's still breathing, changing, and yes, even ripening. Some crave the cool, dark embrace of the refrigerator, while others reach their peak flavor and texture basking in the open air. So, if you're ready to revolutionize your food storage and unlock a whole new level of deliciousness, buckle up. First up, let's talk tomatoes. Those juicy red orbs are practically synonymous with summer, but stick them in the fridge and you might as well kiss that fresh from the garden flavor goodbye. The cold air of the refrigerator slows down the ripening process and can actually damage the delicate cell walls, leading to a mealy, flavorless tomato. So, do your taste buds a favor and keep those tomatoes out on the counter, preferably in a single layer to prevent bruising. Next on our hit list are those starchy staples potatoes. When stored below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the potato's starch begins to convert to sugar, which can affect both their taste and texture. Instead of that fluffy, creamy interior you crave, you'll end up with a potato that's unpleasantly sweet and gritty. So, keep your spuds happy by storing them in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated place like a pantry or a basket on the counter. Onions, those pungent powerhouses of flavor, are another ingredient that should be kept far, far away from your refrigerator. When stored in the humid environment of a refrigerator, they can quickly become soft, moldy, and downright mushy. Instead, store your onions in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated area, ideally in a mesh bag or basket to allow for air circulation. Garlic, the vampire-repelling, flavor-enhancing bulb, may seem like it would benefit from the preserving powers of refrigeration. But alas, even garlic has its limits. Storing it in the fridge can actually cause it to sprout prematurely, imparting a bitter flavor to your dishes. So, keep your garlic in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated place, like a pantry or a basket on the counter. Bread, the cornerstone of countless sandwiches and toast-based creations. But what happens to this beloved staple when we subject it to the cold, unforgiving environment of the refrigerator? In short, it gets sad. Refrigeration actually accelerates the staling process in bread, causing it to dry out and lose its soft, chewy texture. So, resist the urge to stash that baguette in the fridge and instead, store it at room temperature in a bread box, paper bag, or even just a plastic bag with the top loosely rolled down. Honey, that viscous golden nectar, is a true marvel of nature. Properly stored honey can last for centuries. But here's the catch. Properly stored doesn't mean tossed in the fridge. The cold temperatures can cause honey to crystallize and solidify, making it difficult to spread and masking its delicate floral flavors. So, keep your honey flowing freely by storing it at room temperature in an airtight container. Coffee, that beloved morning elixir, is a ritual for many of us. But are you sabotaging your morning cup by storing your beans or grounds in the refrigerator? Coffee is highly susceptible to absorbing odors and moisture from the surrounding environment. To preserve the fresh, vibrant flavors of your coffee, store it in an airtight container at room temperature, away from direct sunlight and heat. Avocados, those creamy green gems, are a delicious and nutritious addition to any meal. But getting them to ripen to that perfect state of creamy perfection can feel like a game of culinary roulette. Avocados are tropical fruits, and they much prefer to ripen at room temperature. Refrigeration can actually halt the ripening process, leaving you with a hard, flavorless avocado. Once they're ripe, you can store them in the refrigerator for a day or two to slow down further ripening. But for best results, enjoy them at their peak of freshness. Bananas, those ubiquitous yellow fruits, are a staple in many households. Bananas are another fruit that should never be refrigerated, especially when they're still green and unripe. The cold temperatures can damage their delicate cell walls, causing them to turn brown and mushy. To keep your bananas yellow and delicious, store them at room temperature, away from direct sunlight and heat. Melons, those juicy, refreshing fruits, are a summertime staple. Whole melons, especially those that are not yet ripe, are best stored at room temperature. This allows them to continue ripening and develop their full flavor potential. Once you've cut into your melon, however, it's best to store it in the refrigerator to prevent spoilage. Apples, those quintessential fall fruits, are known for their crisp, juicy texture. While refrigeration can help to extend the shelf life of apples, it can also break down their cell walls, leading to a loss of texture. For optimal crispness and flavor, store your apples at room temperature, preferably in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated place. Stone fruits like peaches, plums, nectarines, and apricots are a summer delight. Like many fruits, stone fruits ripen best at room temperature. Refrigeration can halt the ripening process and dull their flavor, leaving you with a bland, mealy disappointment. Once ripe, you can store them in the refrigerator for a day or two to slow down further ripening, but for best results, enjoy them at their peak of flavor and fragrance. Citrus fruits, like oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruits, bring a burst of sunshine to any meal. But just like their sunny disposition, citrus fruits thrive in warmer temperatures. The cold temperatures can also break down the essential oils in their skin, diminishing their bright, zesty aroma. So, keep your citrus fruits at room temperature, where they can maintain their juicy texture and vibrant flavor. Berries, those tiny jewels of summer, are bursting with flavor and antioxidants. The high humidity levels in a refrigerator can cause berries to become waterlogged and moldy, quickly turning your sweet treats into a soggy mess. To keep your berries fresh and flavorful, store them in a single layer on a paper towel-lined plate or a container in the refrigerator. Basil, with its sweet, anise-like flavor, is a culinary chameleon, enhancing everything from pasta sauces to cocktails. Storing basil in the refrigerator can cause it to wilt quickly and absorb unwanted odors from other foods. To keep your basil fresh and fragrant, treat it like a bouquet of flowers. Trim the stems and place them in a jar or glass of water, covering the leaves loosely with a plastic bag. Olive oil, the lifeblood of the Mediterranean diet, is a kitchen staple. Refrigeration can cause olive oil to solidify and become cloudy, altering its texture and flavor. To keep your olive oil fresh and flavorful, store it in a cool, dark place, away from direct sunlight and heat. Hot sauce, that fiery condiment, is a flavor enhancer for many dishes. The cold temperatures can cause the chilies and spices in hot sauce to lose their potency, resulting in a bland, lifeless condiment. To keep your hot sauce fiery and flavorful, store it in a cool, dark place away from direct sunlight and heat. Peanut butter, that beloved childhood staple, is a pantry essential. Refrigeration can cause peanut butter to solidify, making it difficult to spread and masking its rich, nutty flavor. To keep your peanut butter smooth and spreadable, store it at room temperature in an airtight container. Ketchup, that ubiquitous condiment, is a staple at barbecues and diners alike. The cold temperatures can cause the sugars in ketchup to crystallize, resulting in a grainy texture. To keep your ketchup flowing freely and tasting its best, store it in a cool, dark place away from direct sunlight and heat. Soy sauce, with its rich, savory umami flavor, is a pantry workhorse. The cold temperatures can dull the delicate flavors of soy sauce and cause it to become cloudy. While it's still safe to consume, refrigerated soy sauce may not have the same depth of flavor. To preserve the complex flavors of your soy sauce, store it in a cool, dark place away from direct sunlight and heat. Pickles, those crunchy, tangy treats, are a classic snack and condiment. Refrigeration can cause pickles to become soft and lose their satisfying snap. The cold temperatures can also dull their flavor, leaving you with a bland, watery pickle. To keep your pickles crunchy and flavorful, store them in a cool, dark place, away from direct sunlight and heat. So, there you have it, folks. 21 foods you can liberate from the cold, dark confines of your refrigerator. Proper food storage is about more than just extending shelf life. It's about preserving flavor, texture, and enjoying food at its peak of deliciousness. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and tricks. See you next time.